GoAnimate made a transition from Flash to HTML5, resulting in the removal of all non-business themes. Despite this, it is clear that I continue to make GoAnimate videos with non-business theme aspects in them, as evident in Dan Hamming assaults Dr. Hector too far, Dan Hamming tries to be a DJ, and Dan Hamming does the Being Boozled challenge. How am I able to do this if GoAnimate has apparently removed non-business themes? The answer is quite simple. All you have to do is click this edit button here, then edit this video. This probably won't happen to you, at least I don't think so, but if it does, it's usually better to hit load autosaved, because the autosave will almost always be more recent. Now if you see this, you're doing it right, but you're not done. You see, I'm able to use the retired non-business themes, and all of them are retired, by saving them as starters from older videos. And what I did before the non-business themes retired was make starters with those aspects before the old non-business themes were retired. But if you're watching this, then I'm assuming that you didn't do that. You didn't make starters that had all the non-business aspects you want and or need for your videos. Never fear, there is still a way for you to use the retired non-business themes. And I have already used this method to make the modern Dan Hamming that I just mentioned. This is not really an example of that, but this blood puddle prop you see here, that's from a starter I made with non-business themes. I know it looks like it was from a business theme, but it's really from a non-business theme. Comedy World, to be exact. And Comedy World was the king of GoAnimate. Comedy World characters was GoAnimate's mascot. Remember PC Guy? Brian? Those two characters were practically the mascots of GoAnimate with how often they were used, because in the good old days, you couldn't just make characters all willy-nilly like you can now. Of course, nowadays, you can only do that for the business themes. You can't make custom characters in the non-business themes anymore, and I don't know any way of getting around that, so you're out of luck if you didn't make the custom characters you need for your videos. But you can still use the characters you made before the non-business themes were retired. And I can show you how as soon as the video loads. I could have picked a shorter video, but you know. Okay, so what you do is you click the gear, you go to save as starter, and you click current scene. Whole video will just save every scene individually as a starter. You probably don't need to go that far. I only went that far for the first part of Dan Hemming versus Blue Sick, because there was some sort of problem with it. Now, you do need to enter a title. For this video's purposes, I'm just going to call it Test. But you can put whatever you want. You don't need to put a tag, but it is optional. You can do it. And then you just hit Save Starter. And it'll be saved to your library like this. This is where you'll be able to access it. You go to Starters under Backdrop and Starters. I already have a lot of starters, and this is your library. You need to go to your library tab by clicking on here. And that is how you can get the non-business themes back. I have been using this technique for a long time now, and until the day that starters are removed, it will continue to be effective. And that's all I've got to say.